talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. But first, video description, everything that you need as a postal worker. Why do I say that? Because there are new people that have just started watching my channel. So check out the video description. I have home loans, I have personal loans. I got everything for federal employees, new people. If you want to know how many days a year you get in vacation, it's down there. Everything you need, from TSP phone numbers, everything. Let's talk. I posted a picture before we get into the topic, and I know there was a couple of funny remarks about, possibly using testosterone or something of that nature, but no. I'm going to stay young, and I believe that all postal workers should feel as if this is going to be your primary last target goal working here, and when you retire, your health is your wealth, because it doesn't matter if you have $750,000 saved up for retirement, but if you're not healthy enough to enjoy it, it's a defeated purpose. Now, I don't feel as if I'm better than anyone else, but I am proud of what I have accomplished. Before we get into the video, this is the accident that I had in 2011, and at that point, I was very depressed. This is a personal thing. Very depressed, and I sat in the house for almost who knows how long, and I gained weight, and I looked like this. Totally embarrassing. Now, after I saw what I looked like and was totally disgusted, again, prior to that, I was very fit and very healthy. I jumped back into some type of routine, and I decided I was going to stop drinking soda. I was going to stop drinking a lot of beer, because I was a beer head all the way. And sugar. As I get older, I see a lot of my friends that I went to school with pass away. And if you're younger and you watch this may not really have that effect on you. But once you start getting older, you have to start doing things to get your body back in shape. Not only 5 years ago, I used to fall down on the ground and cry because I was in so much pain in my back and cholesterol issues. And once they started telling me, get in shape, feel a little better, I made that part of my life. I have a full-fledged gym inside my room. It wasn't expensive. I did it during COVID. But anybody that realizes that life is what you make it, I don't body shame people. All I'm saying is that I'm proud. I'll be 50 next year. So I'm proud of where I'm at in life. So no test needed. This is just basic calisthenics, basic workout. All right. And obviously this is what I look like now. All right. Let's talk about a comment, and then somebody emailed me, and we were going back and forth, and they kind of got mad when I gave them a factual answer. But please understand, if I give you a factual answer and I throw my comment on it and you don't like the comments, you can go to another channel that'll feed your ego. But this is the part of the post office that we have to understand. We should all be able to agree to disagree. And we should all be mature enough to understand that there's one person that wants James Henry to be president. Somebody else wants Mike to be president. Everybody agrees that Renfro should not be president. But everybody should be entitled to their own opinion. Stop with the, hey, if he doesn't like what I like, he's a bad guy. Come on. You think that your status is the only status that watches me? Everybody in here is postal. Most of you, and in some form or another. You got to stop with the division. It's really petty. Anyway, the person asked me about How is it that the post office can get away with tracking their vehicles? So I looked it up and I put this little thing together, and this is facts. This is not an opinion. So this is nothing to dispute nor debate. The legality of using tracking devices on vehicles, including those used by the United States Postal Service, is primarily governed by the ownership of the vehicle and the intent for its tracking. Generally, it is legal for organizations to track their own vehicles, to monitor their location, usage, which can help with the logistics. That's where they get the data and analytics from. Efficiency and its security. Ownership. If the USPS owns the vehicle, it typically within their legal rights to install GPS tracking to manage their fleet. It's their right. If they want to figure out how much fuel is being consumed, they can do that. Employee monitoring. Businesses, including government entities like USPS, can use GPS tracking to monitor employee vehicles for responsible driving practices and operational efficiency. I don't think I need to elaborate more on that. The Fourth Amendment, our Constitution. The Supreme Court has ruled that attaching a GPS device to a vehicle and using it to monitor his vehicle's movement constitutes a search under the Fourth Amendment. However, this applies to law enforcement and does not restrict an organization's ability to track its own vehicles. The implications of using GPS, obviously someone said it cannot be used for discipline. I hate the word. I just believe it should be considered corrective actions or whatever you call it. But discipline, I hate. It's nothing to dispute about. But each of your unions have agreed that if a situation occurs and there is an accident, let's say the accident, and they say you can't use discipline. Well, if they pick up the vehicle and they go through the tracking and they say, well, you were going at 85 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour zone and you crashed, they're going to use that as discipline. There's nothing to dispute about. I don't see why anybody would dispute that unless it's you that's committing the situation. All they're doing at the end of the day is doing what trucking companies have done for the last 20 years. Every truck that I've ever driven around this country has had a tracking device of some sort. I don't know how small they are now, but they used to be this big dish that sat on the back of the cab, even if you leased on to another company. It's just part of how the operations work. And again, with the new technology coming in, we should really embrace it because this is the future. We just have to embrace what's coming our way. The NGDVs have already been deployed in certain areas of the country. We could say we hate them, like a lot of people were arguing about it before, the canoes, as well as, why didn't they have this person do it? Why didn't they have that person do it? Hey, look, it is what it is. When they first got rid of the Jeeps and they put in the LLVs, the people that were driving the Jeeps were very upset because it almost doubled the space in the back for the Jeeps. And do you know why that was? Because they started doing parcels. That's those priority boxes. So they had to fit them in there. So they went from the Jeeps back in the early 80s and before then to the LLVs, and now we're just going on with technology and the demand. We have to meet the demand in order to move forward and keep up with the Joneses, or we'll get left behind. That's fact. That's not opinion. So now that they are coming, whether they stay okay or situated in the colder weather, here's something for you guys. They have 4 different models for those that made it here. So the NGDVs have 4 different models. They have an electric front wheel drive. They have an electric all wheel drive. They have a gas front wheel drive, and they have a gas front wheel, or you get the hint. So there's 4 different models. They all look identical. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be deploying according to the area. If you're in Alaska, obviously they're not going to put no electric vehicles up there. If you're in the top of Minnesota, probably not. Wisconsin, probably not. The top of Michigan, you guys are getting what I'm getting. Rochester, New York, or Oregon. There are certain places that the electric vehicles cannot withstand, but cut the country in half and go down, I'm pretty sure that's where they're going to be deploying them. So it is what it is. You know, they kind of thought of this stuff beforehand. Like I said, they give me some information. I can't really speak about some of the information yet as they pass it on, just because of the position. And when they say, you know, this is what was going on, then I'll gladly relay that to you. And there was an individual that was fussing back and forth in the comments about, oh yeah, he's a supervisor. No, not a supervisor. I'm just a level 8, the same as other truck drivers. Craft employee. My craft is safety. That's what it is. It's nobody above anything else. Nonetheless, I figured I need to throw that in there. So for the shade that comes my way, I brush it off my shoulders because I'm too old to play the kiddie games. I'm sharing information that can be helpful to some people. Not everybody, because not everybody's receptive to it. It is what it is. But just because it's not helpful for you, read the comments. It's helpful for other people. So before you get upset and aggravated, you are allowed to think your own way. This is true. But if you feel like, or you see that you're in the minority when it comes down to making a comment, look at all the other comments. Do you believe that everybody in those other comments and all the other comments that are agreeing all know each other, or all on the same page, or all the same race, or have the same political preferences? No. It's diversity. If I speak about something that maybe you don't understand, open your mind. And I'm always welcome to comments. I'm not welcome to insults, because you insult me, I'm gonna give it right back. All right. I babbled on long enough. If you made it to the end of this vehicle, tell me what you guys thought about that lady that was running her mouth. Man, that manager of logistics was a piece of work. Shameful, shameful, shameful. But I guess that's the culture. But what we doing here is we're changing it. This is JH. Y'all have yourself a good rest of your day.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.